Hello, everybody. This is your buddy Jason. Today is January the 21st, 2020. And while I hate to have to do this, I owe you guys an apology. I've missed posting for the last 2 days. And if I'm being real honest with you, it's just because I'm struggling with some things. And I don't know why it is that sometimes as Christians, we want to be there for other people, but then we never want people to know when we're struggling with things. And that's kind of where I've been these last couple of days, and honestly, where I still am today. And so instead of hiding from it, I just wanted to come and talk about it, because here's the real truth of the matter is I feel that God has called me to a ministry where I can be the shoulder for other people to lean on and to tell their things. The reason is because I've failed so many times in my life that I won't look down on people when they tell me about their failures. Like there's nothing that you could tell me that would make me feel that you're less of a person in God's eyes or in mine. And so, I go that God wants to use me in that regard. Well, the bad part about that is I've got too much pride to let people know when I'm struggling. And, that's something God's still working on. I was in my small group, I guess about not last week, but the week before. And, in a prayer, I started breaking down and started to cry, and embarrassed the mess out of me. And after that class, I had guys in my small group, genuine dudes like come up to me and were like, man, just reach out to me, let me know if you're struggling. I want to pray with you. I want to be there with you. And of course, I do the whole, yeah, man, I'm going to do that. I'm bad at that. And then the very next time I struggle alone. I retreat from the camera. I don't know. And I do want to pause here and say, this has nothing to do with my belief in the Lord. Like, I absolutely 100% know that God has a great plan for my life. I know that the very things that I'm struggling with are things that He has already resolved in heaven. But guys, just because you have belief in the Lord and you have faith, that doesn't change the fact that sometimes your faith and your feelings just won't match up. And right now, my feelings are just not that great, if I'm being real with you. Some of you know this, some of you don't know this, but I've been unemployed since the last week in July. I had worked at a place for 11 years, and without bragging, I think I was the best, if not one of the best, at my job in the entire company. I had great relationships with my employees. We produced at every metric that was required of us on every review I had ever received. I had received great marks. I had a great relationship with my coworkers, with my boss, with everything, right? And though I got fired from a job for essentially caring so much about one of my employees that I gave them a chance that honestly I did struggle with, but ultimately I felt that they deserved that opportunity. And without even the opportunity to explain why I had done that, many months later, I was terminated from the job. And honestly, when I was terminated from the job, I fought a lot of feelings. The first feeling was this just gross disappointment in my company. I thought that I had somebody who had been so loyal to them. I practically bled the company colors. I felt like I was somebody who had helped to develop so many people under my leadership that were also in leadership roles. I felt that I had such a strong camaraderie with my boss and my coworkers. I just really was grossly disappointed. I thought that how is this fair? How is it fair that, somebody or some company or entity and individuals that I've loved so much can turn their back on me when everybody can see that I didn't do anything that profited me. I didn't do anything that benefited me. Simply I made a decision that I thought was for the well-being of somebody's growth and their life opportunity. And I don't know. So I was grossly disappointed. And then the next feeling I had was anger, what can I do to get back at these jerks? Because not only did I lose my job, I was withheld a bonus that I had certainly earned. And it just seemed like there was a lot of vitriol from them towards me, and I couldn't resolve it in my mind. So I thought, hey, if that's how we're going to play, then let's do it. And so, in my mind, I started to get a lot of anger, and I started to really, kind of think about the ways that I could really hurt this company. And I certainly resolved a few ways in my mind that I could hurt the company. And, I was right at that point of kind of pulling the trigger. And the Lord said, that's not how I fight my battles. I don't fight my battles to destroy somebody just because they've attacked you. So the Lord changed my mindset and he was like, all right. So I actually then started praying for the leadership of that company, praying for my ex-boss, praying for my great friends, help them to be those who can change culture. And that's still a prayer I give today. And I believe very firmly in that. But, it doesn't change the fact that now here I am, and it's been the better part of 5 months now. And I've not found that next opportunity. And I've put in for several jobs that I feel like, Lord, I would do really well. Like I would be phenomenal at this role. And it hasn't happened for one reason or another. And guys, and I'm speaking directly to the men in this, you know how it is, right? I mean, when you have a family and you have kids and you have a wife and you have a house and you have payments, you can only go so long without actively being in the workforce till you start to doubt your value and you start to question things and you start to question, first off, what is it about me that people don't like, and that's a real thought that I have a lot anymore. What is it about me that people don't like? Even with a lot of these videos I put out, I try my best. I'll spend hours sometimes like in thought creation, not today. We're just talking today, and then nobody looks at it. I get no feedback. I'll put it on Facebook. I get no, anything, no engagement. And I'm like, what is it about me that nobody likes? And of course that's not it. God's doing something, but these are just things I struggle with, okay, guys? So I'm going to put aside all that like magnanimous stuff. I'm just being real with you. Like these are things I struggle with. And then in the job situation, here's the thing. I don't have a college degree. Have I been very successful at everything I've done? Yeah, from being a national account manager with Georgia Pacific to working in operations management at Delta to regional operations management at my last company. And I don't really want to say their name because, I've said some things and I don't want to disparage, anybody there. Honestly, it's a great company. I wish them the very best. Just a poor decision, but hey, things happen for a reason, right? But I start to like question, like, Lord, like, am I even going to get another opportunity? Like, Lord, like here I am. I want to do something to help people. And what I'm doing is I'm spending, 6 hours a day in my house, like reading the word or reading other people's books or, trying to compose new content or, recording these videos. And it's like, Lord, I appreciate every opportunity you're creating for me. But at the same time, like, I'm ready. I want to do more. I want to, I feel like, anyway, it's a long way of saying, guys, like I struggle too. I struggle a lot. Right now I'm struggling with my value. I don't struggle with my relationship with Christ. I don't struggle with the purpose that he has for my life, but I'm so impatient to get the very gift that he's already purchased for me or to get that life that he's prepared for me. I'm so anxious for it, right? And it makes me struggle. And then some days like the last two, it makes me struggle to the point that I don't want to feel like I'm phony when I'm telling you all that God will provide because he will provide. He 100% will provide. My faith and my feelings don't have to match for me to have more confidence in my faith than in my feelings. But the fact is, we all struggle. We all go through things. We all feel down sometimes. And when you do feel down, I just hope that like you'll find somebody to talk to, like I'm talking to you today. Maybe in the moment it doesn't change anything, but you just never know what opportunity God has in store for you. And you never know how he may use that certain conversation to just tailor the rest of your life and shape what the future of your life's going to be. So anyway, I apologize for not posting the last 2 days. And I'm glad that I got to talk to you today and just to let you know that, hey, I'm struggling. You struggle. I struggle. We all struggle. Nobody's perfect in this thing. And it's okay that we struggle because we are not finished products yet. Thank the Lord for that. I'm nowhere close to a finished product. And where I'm out right now is not where I'm staying. So, all right, I've talked way longer than I thought I would. And there may be one of you who've stuck with me this long. And for that one person, I thank you. And I thank you for being a friend of mine. I thank you for praying for me. And I know that with God's help and with the fact that God says in his word that if any two people here on earth will touch anything agreeing in his name, asking, and it will be done. And so I'm thankful for that one other person who's praying along with me that God's going to open that door. All right, guys, have a great day. Let me know how I can pray for you, please. I want to be a friend of yours. I want to be there to support you. All right, have a great day. Bye.